March 4, 2020, I am headed out to Muscle Holler South in the morning. Unusual for me, but I have a meeting in Lincoln County, which is near the barn. So I'm going to have the meeting and then go grab a training session before I have to be back in Charleston by 2:30 for another meeting. Today, the focus will be on a couple endurance races. Just want to try it, see where my fitness is at. I know I'm fit as hell right now, so there's no reason for me to push itself. The Champions Trophy race, in my opinion, comes down to a person's toughness as well as their mental toughness. Because physically the race itself is not overly difficult, but when you have to do it multiple times in a short time frame, it's about how far you can push that little man that tells you to quit. But beyond that, I'll will definitely do some single to get warmed up, and cut one probably decent size standing, as well as one small underhand, because I don't have much time today, so I'm not going to do an awful lot. And oh, by the way, body weight 246, so pretty stoked about that. That's the lowest that I've been in a long time. And I was talking with some folks, and they were like, well, how low you want to go? And to be very frank, I may just simply stop. But this is a lifestyle for me. This intermittent fasting, training fasted, well, at least weight training fasted, not freaking chopping fasted. That's stupid. But in a sort of a keto style or low carb lifestyle, it's leaning me out really well. So, and the cool thing is that when I was 300 pounds plus and lifted a shit ton of heavy weights, I recruited a butt ton of muscle. I mean, there's stuff popping out on me that I've it's like my legs and my arms, in particular, even my back. Still got my moobs. Always will have my moobs. Yeah, this is I hold my body fat in my upper hamstrings as well as my freaking underneath my arms. So always going to have that. But everything else is going to look fantastic. Well, I don't give a shit what it looks like as long as it's functional and as long as the contractile tissue freaking fires when I need it to. But at 51 years old, that's not a given. So here we go. Let's have some fun. Had an early morning meeting close to Muscle Holler, 7:30. Finna wrapped it up a little after 9. I don't have another meeting till 2:30, so I'm going to squeeze in an additional session this week. Hate to do it during the work day, but I can answer emails and phone calls while I'm doing this stuff. So. Today is about a 10-inch white oak. It is will be very, very much like silver top. The chips are going to hang. It's going to be stringy. So good Lord knows how many hits it's going to take me to cut this little bastard. Instances when I turn my event training sessions into a cardio session. So yeah, I got a foot tulip poplar I'm going to be cutting with a hardwood axe. I've got an 11.5-inch white pine I'm cutting with a good axe, and I'm sawing that 16-inch white pine. So here we go. let's do it with bigger blocks. 15 minutes later, I've got a full 13-inch underhand up, I've got an 11.5-inch stand block, and I've got the same single buck log, but I didn't cut the sardine cut as deep. So, today's a good day to die. From those two races 15 minutes apart, I'm fit. Holy shit. I mean, I could do another one easy. Instead, I'm going to cut a big 14-inch sycamore right now. Yeah, just got to work on the transitions. Observation before I cut this sycamore. When you train on hardwood, it makes you cut it so much better. That softwood, the axe just kept on going and going and going, and I wasn't used to that. And you know, it's like you get it eventually, but the axe just floats in the wood, and you can cut so much more. It's like when I said I'm taking this off in 2 hits, and I'm looking at 4 inches, and it comes off in 2 hits. I'm thinking, what the hell, you know, because you don't get that sort of penetration in hardwood, but you can do it once you figure out how to stay behind the axe and drive it in softwood. So yeah, that was a big difference in me cutting this softwood. Now here we go for the big hardwood. Post-training session, just observation, I'm just dumbfounded. That 14-inch sycamore I cut at the end, you know, it's sycamore is a hardwood, okay? It's one of our softer hardwoods. It's harder than tulip poplar. I would say it's on par with stronger woolly butt. And I just cut a 14-inch log in 17 and 17 after having ran 2 Champions Trophy races. And it was easy. I'm 51 fucking years old. This diet or whatever the hell I'm doing is freaking working. I'm going to stick to it for the rest of my life. You know, basically what I'm doing is I've become fat adapted. For example, for breakfast, I had an egg white omelet with blue cheese, olives, and mushrooms. 5 pieces of thick turkey, 5 pieces of thick bacon, and an avocado. It amounts to about 70 grams of protein, 65 grams of fat, and about 5 grams of carbs. And then while I was training, I was sipping down coffee with a little bit of extra espresso with a tablespoon of coconut oil. Coconut oil has medium chain triglycerides and lauric acid in it. They're meant to help metabolize fat, help you burn fat, use fat, etc. And this works, really works. But again, you need to be in keto or close to carb depleted in order for it to work. Now, there'll become a point in time when I believe my fat stores will be so low that it will not be beneficial. Maybe that's when my body weight will get into the 230s, because that's going to be a point in time when I'm going to be running out of the excess stuff. I'm guessing. I don't know. Hell, I'm old. But for now, I'm going to stay the course. you know, right now I'm just shocked. I never thought that I would be able to have such fitness and endurance without having hardly any carbs at all in my system. Wow. Live and learn.